This is a very interesting subject though. So I don't think I wasted time because these are very important things to understand. So we are coming back to Indraprastha. So they built a city called Indraprastha, and it's not just the palace. The entire city was architected by Vishwakarma. Okay, from there they're establishing their own kingdom. They are trying to rule the people. So a lot of things are happening there. So when these things are happening, one day Narada Muni comes. You guys know Narada Muni, right? Do you know? He's a saint. He's a very popular saint. He's also, he can also be considered as God. He like Vasishta, like Vishwamitra. He's also a saint. Okay. Narada Muni comes and Narada Muni tells them, see, you guys have one wife and you're 5 of you. Okay. So you need to have some kind of agreement between yourself so that you don't land into difficult situations in future. Difficult situations meaning like you have one pencil and there are 5 people. Everybody has to write. What will you do? Okay, first 10 minutes you write, next 10 minutes you write, next 10 minutes you write. Right? Yeah.
Don't they each spend 1 year with their wife?
Correct. So the agreement that they come up to is everybody gets to spend 1 year. During that 1 year, so like imagine the day. During the day when there is a meeting going on, when there is a sabha going on, where they are making certain administrative decisions, Draupadi would also be there. That is fine. But when these 2 people, like say Dharmaraja and Draupadi, that is a year dedicated to both of them. So and all these people are rich, right? They are extremely rich. So each one of them has a palace. It's not like they are all living in one palace. So it's a conglomeration of multiple palaces. Okay. So when they are living in their palace, none of the other 4 brothers is supposed to go there. That's the agreement. That is their kind of private space. That's the agreement. So, and what if somebody goes? What if
They're expelled.
they expire?
No, expelled.
No. They're not expelled. It's a kind of disciplinary action that they will take upon themselves. Nobody else comes and says anything. But what they do is, for the next 12 months, they go on a pilgrimage.
I meant exiled, not expelled.
Exiled, yeah. They go by. It's not like, oh, somebody is punishing them. It's not like that. It is a self-imposed rule. They have put that rule among themselves that okay, the person who's intruding or who's coming into that palace where these 2 people are living, if that happens, that person who came in would go on a pilgrimage for 12 months. That's the agreement. So the Narada Muni gives them an guidance or guideline that you should have some kind of set of rules between yourselves so that you guys are not stepping on each other's toes.
I think Arjuna breaks the
Wait. Let's go. We are going there. Hold on. Hold your horses. So everybody agrees. Everybody agrees to this rule, and Narada Muni leaves. And they are leading a normal life. After a certain period of time, what happens is there is one Brahmin who approaches Arjuna, and he says that you know what, my cows are abducted by some thieves, and those cows are something that give milk and ghee and everything for my yagnas or yagas. So these are the kind of cows. So I cannot lose them. Can you protect those cows and bring them back to me? That is what this Brahmin is asking. But his weapons, Arjuna's weapons, are in that particular palace where it is Draupadi and Dharmaraja's palace. And Draupadi is with Dharmaraja for that year. But here, Brahmin is asking, and the primary duty of a person, of a Kshatriya, is to protect. And that too, protecting cows is the foremost, like the first point in their roles and responsibilities is to protect the cows. Right? So Arjuna is thinking. Then Brahmin comes and says, what are you thinking about? What is your archery for? What is your education for if you are not able to protect my cows and bring them back to me? So immediately, without a second thought, Arjuna enters the palace. He takes the weapons and he comes out, and he eventually protects the cows and brings them back to this Brahmin. But he needs to go to that 12 month of pilgrimage, right? So he gets ready to go, and then Dharmaraja comes and says, "You did not do it on purpose. You were not like mischievously doing anything. It's one of your primary duties as Kshatriya to protect, and that is the reason you came. So it's okay. You don't have to go." But then Arjuna says, Narada Muni himself came and asked us to do this, right? So there should be some reason behind it. Let me go. It's okay. I'll go. 12 months is not a big deal. I will go and come back. And then he starts on the pilgrimage. So during his pilgrimage, he visits a lot of places. Oh, he doesn't go alone by himself. He goes along with Brahmins because there should be some guide. If you are, say for example, you are going to a particular place which is very, very auspicious, but you don't know the reason behind it, or you don't know the backstory of why this particular place is auspicious, then what's the point of going, right? So they are like travel guides or tour guides. He takes some people who knows all these pilgrims, and